What's up, Hijinks family? We are back, episode number 2. Today, we're going to talk about, our first topic. We're going to talk a little bit about social media. We're going to talk about creating content, the power of social media, how it can help you, how it can hurt you, and, how it can help you build a business, connect with people, much like I connected with this guy and this guy.
Networking magic. Builds friendships, build businesses. Social media, if done properly, could really help grow a business. So we're going to talk about some of the ways that we can help you. Some little super free tidbits that you can use in your social media accounts to kind of cheat the algorithms, boost your page, get more likes, get more engagement. We're going to talk about all kinds of fun stuff like that.
The other thing that we're going to touch on is kind of how you can meet people through social media. Like Joe just said, I met both of these guys through social media through another DJ friend. So if it wasn't for him, I would never would have met these guys and wouldn't be where I am today, that's for sure. So social media is huge.
Yeah, so I actually started my business back in 2004, and there was no social media, no Facebook. YouTube was around. It was a little weak at that point. So me starting my business, I didn't have all these mentors, all these groups that I could go in and ask for advice on what's good equipment or how should I do this, how should I do that. And I will say my business from then until about the 2011 mark was pretty stagnant. I mean, I was growing a business, but it was very slow. I just had to go off of my personal experiences. Once social media happened and you could network with people instantly, just a light bulb went on and you can share experiences with people. Hey, I made this mistake. Don't do that. It'll set you back a year if you make that mistake or make that purchase for your business.
Well, yeah, just like when you reached out to me, I had zero idea. Here I am. I bought some stuff off, out of a guy's garage, and I'm like, I can do this. It's not that hard. And I had no idea. Absolute zero idea. But, I know I creeped on you, and I know I looked through your stuff, and I'm like, this guy knows what he's doing. This guy understands, which was super cool. I've looked through Kyle's stuff. I know, my wife has looked through stuff. Molly has, looked through Kyle's stuff. She's like, do I know Kyle? And I'm like, I don't know. Look through his stuff. So I think that's super cool, whether you're meeting somebody or connecting. I think it's really cool. And, you can get a lot from those people. You can, see different places they've traveled, see, what they're into, like what concerts. So for us specifically, at least for me, I like to see have they been to any concerts? Because right away, if they went to see, say, Jesse and I just went, to Post Malone not that long ago. So immediately, if I had a bride that went to Post Malone, she probably likes Post Malone songs. So at her wedding, I'll probably play some Post Malone songs. So I think it's kind of cool to, use that as, some research. I know it's called creeping, but yeah, I call it research. I don't know what you guys call it.
I think it's like you said, it's good and it's bad. Being able to always be in contact with our brides. Personally, I think it's great, just simply because if they do have questions, like before, when I first started DJing, 18 years ago, I talked to somebody and said, "Yep, I'll be at your wedding on May 25th," and we hand check on it, and they just hoped that I was going to show up at that time. I didn't have contracts. I didn't have down payments. I didn't have any of that. No, just show. And I just assumed they were going to pay me. So, it's really good now, though. We can always be in contact with our brides. We can help each other out. If they have questions, whether it's about DJing or not, at this point I've done a few hundred weddings. So that's something I always tell them, hey, contact me, even if it's not about DJing. What if it's about where you think something should set up, if it's about something with your ceremony, even if I'm not doing it, if you have questions about it, I've done a lot of them. So use that resource, So I think it's a really good way to keep in touch with our brides as much as it is to help build a business, network with other DJs, all that stuff too.
So you brought up that it can be good and bad. I'm curious, what's the bad that you see?
Well, it's the same exact thing as good. You're always able to be gotten hold of. We're Jesse and I, at least Joe, he's pretty young. Jesse and I are both in our mid to late 30s, so we understand the times that if you didn't answer the phone call when you were at home, they couldn't get a hold of you. So, but now,
Right.
if you don't have that ability to contact a bride back within the next hour, it doesn't look great. It's kind of hard.
Well, and they're moving on,
Right.
Because if they're doing their research, they contact you, you don't answer. At least for me, I'm on to the next. I'm on to the next.
Well, and that's a good point. And our clients, we're in the wedding industry, like we keep saying. Our clients are millennials. This evil word that people talk about. Millennials they're a
Guilty.
great generation if you look at it the right way. But one thing with millennials that I've learned and I've found out, everything's instant gratification. They've grown up with the internet. They've grown up with cell phones.
Mm-hmm.
They've grown up with everything at their fingertips. So
Yep.
if they can't get a hold of who they want, they're going to find it right. Like their mind's set on it. That's what they're going to do. They want it right now. If you can't give it to them right now,
Yep.
they're going to find somebody who can.
Absolutely.
Well, it's just it's so instant. I mean, I didn't have a website when I first started, and now I have a website because automatically people are wanting to see like content. They're wanting to see, photos. They're wanting to see reviews. We just made all those videos. So we just made some videos for our clients and talking kind of about our add-ons and different things like that. And that's another content. That's what I'm a millennial. That's what we want. That's we want to see things. We don't want to hear about things. We want to see things. We want to be able to interact with, whether it's a web page, whether it's Facebook. You used to go to the store, Jesse and Kyle. I mean, you guys go to the store and buy dog food. When you were my age, that was your only option. Well, now it's like, Alexa, order dog food, and she does. I hope she
Be
doesn't go
careful.
off. She
Mine's
might.
gonna.
So
I'm
you
gonna
just
have
order
dog food
food
showing
from
up at my
14
door.
bucks.
Mine just my Alexa. Sorry.
Alexa, cancel the
Yeah,
dog
just went
food
off.
order, please.
Yeah. Let's just say ALEXA from now on.
Right. Yeah. Stop.
Not to mention, we're messing up everybody's Alexas at home. So Alexa,
Oh, that's
Alexa,
a good
shut
idea.
the lights off. Alexa, set off the
Yeah.
house alarm.
Dude, we could mess with a lot of people. Or if they're, did you know they have Alexas for cars now?
Yeah, Alexa,
Oh.
no thanks.
Alexa, please pull over to the side of the road so they can listen to the rest of this podcast.
Right.
Yeah.
So you can subscribe. Please subscribe to Hijinks Podcast and Hijinks YouTube channel. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with it.
Yeah.
No, I
social
totally-
media for our businesses. I think it's a great way to kind of show who we are. It's another aspect, like with our websites and stuff like that. I know at least for all of my events, I post on my Facebook page, "Hey, I'm out doing such and such's wedding. Here's a couple pictures," and then I try to do kind of a recap of the night before, just so everybody can see, not just the people who are getting married, which is awesome. I love being able to kind of highlight them and highlight their day and, allowing us to work with them and all that sort of thing. But it also tells those future brides, like Joe said, they want to see what you can do. They want to see what you bring to the table. So I try to bring some of that on each one. And I mean,
Yeah, so that's I came up. I call that social proof. That's the way I refer to it.
never heard
And
that, but it sounds good.
I think social media is our way to show, for one, that we're busy. I mean, any
Right.
DJ can say, "Oh, I've DJ'd 10,000 weddings. I've been here. I've been there." Do they have any photographic proof? I mean, everybody has a cell phone right now. Why did they not take a picture if they're at this incredible venue? Why are they not taking pictures at weddings? Social media is social proof. If you are a business owner and you're not putting out how busy you are or the great things that you do, taking great photos of your products, how does anybody know?
Right.
With what we do, one thing is everybody talks about experience. I'm so experienced. I've got more experience than anybody else. And then you look at their Facebook page and you see like 3 weddings in the past 3 years. How
Right.
much experience is that? So,
Yeah.
and that's not to say they
that's
only
not saying
did.
that they're lying. Maybe they are actually going out every single weekend.
Exactly.
like Joe said, people want to see that. If they go to your Facebook page and or your even your web page or your Twitter or your Instagram or anything like that, depending on what platforms you use, maybe you are going and doing 100 weddings a year, but if you only post about 4 of them, then to all of your potential brides who are looking at you before they contact you, you've done 4.
Exactly.
Well, and I think consistency, like, I mean, no matter what it is, consistency, wow, it's really hard to say. Consistency, big words, I should not use those, it is a huge thing. I mean, whether it's for us or whether it's for, anybody else. I mean, look at like Hy-Vee or Fairway or, Winn-Dixie, if we have, Southern listeners. I don't know where we'll have listeners. That's pretty cool.
Winn-Dixie.
But they put out ads. They put out weekly ads. If all of a sudden the grocery stores didn't put out weekly ads, maybe they disappeared. I mean, people start wondering. Yeah. So it's like consistency is key. So whether we're putting out a picture or what, something needs to be posted. So I know during the slow time for us, during the winter months when not everybody's getting married here in the Midwest because snowstorms and you never know what the weather's going to be like. What do you guys post, to keep your feed alive and keep people interacted?
So I like to post wedding trends, anything that can be helpful to my clients or something that can make them laugh. Social media is all about engagement and interaction. You need to post something that they're going to share with their friends or that they're going to tag a friend on. So if you don't have any content to post from your personal business or your personal experience, go on a website that specializes in what you do. There's blogs all over. Just share a really nice blog that kind of ties into your business but ties into your clients as well.
Yeah, I actually, to be totally honest, I stole that from talking to Jesse. We've been talking for a lot lately, and so twice a week I schedule posts, and that's another thing that's a really good thing to do and get in the habit of is scheduling posts, and so something's always coming out. So people, you're still popping up on their timelines, you're still popping up on their feeds, all that kind of stuff. But I go out and schedule. I do a lot of articles from like The Knot and Wedding Wire, The Verge, wherever I find a good article about something that's going on in weddings. Like just the other day, I posted one about floral without using flowers. They're like all about using greenery and stuff in a way to use flowers and stuff like that. So it's just another way to kind of look at weddings because, you can show up to one and people have all sorts of different things, but if you can kind of be a little bit different and just have greenery and just have that, it sets yours apart just a little bit and right. And all that. So that's what I do. But
there's that sound again.
You know what time it is?
Rapid fire.
It's rapid fire time, guys.
It's time already.
We're gonna
means we're halfway through.
Jump right into it. Rapid fire is a time where I'm just gonna throw out random questions to these guys, and they have to answer it as quick as they possibly can. No time to think. No time to make up anything fancy or put diamonds on it. Just the first thing that comes to you guys' head when I ask.
Okay, so are you?
I'm so sorry.
Doing one back and forth, or are we just doing them at the same time?
So I'm just gonna. So you guys don't have time to think.
Okay.
I'm gonna direct the question at one of you.
Okay, that's what I was hoping.
Kyle, you're first.
All right. So first question. This one's gonna go to Kyle. Talking or texting?
Texting. I worked at a call center for 4 years. I hate talking on the phone.
And that's
no offense to any brides or anything like that. Please call me still. That's okay. But right?
But also text me.
But also text me.
It's typical of this generation. Email, text. So in your businesses, remember that.
Yeah. But it's not just that. I don't even talk to my wife on the phone, so don't feel bad. Like unless she's falling asleep at the wheel, 2 seconds and we're off the phone.
All right, Joe.
This is not who I am.
Favorite day of the week?
It would be Friday because it's the weekend, and usually, I have plans for the weekend, whether I'm DJing, whether I'm spending a free weekend, with my wife. We have a foreign exchange student, whether we're doing something like that or whatever. I know I don't have to you know, go to work on Saturday, I get to go to do something I love, which is either DJing or hanging out with my family.
Good answer. A little sugar coated, but good answer.
Oh, yeah, you're welcome.
All right, Kyle.
Brownie
Favorite
points.
city in the U.S. besides the one you live in?
I really like Minneapolis, to be honest. I've been to, I don't know, 40 states, but I really like that. That's kind of my default, but I really like Denver too. It's a lot of fun. I really like Denver, and not just because of dispensaries, but no, I really like Minneapolis.
Minnesota doesn't have dispensaries, dude. It's not legal in Minnesota.
No, Minneapolis doesn't have dispensaries,
Nope.
but Denver
Okay,
does.
just Denver. All right.
Yeah.
Joe, what's the last song you downloaded?
Oh, the last song I downloaded. Can I
No.
look? Oh, the last song I downloaded. Oh,
Come on.
it would probably be "Bop" by DaBaby. It's a new song. It's it's going to be a club song for sure. So that was the last one I downloaded. That or some Jeopardy music. One of the
You
two.
heard it here first, Bop. Coming
So-
to the club near you.
So that
Bop.
bop song it's almost prom season. Is that going to be clean enough for proms?
Yep. It's going to be hot.
I'm going to have to get
It's
that.
we're talking about social media and stuff. I mean, it's going to be hot because TikTok. TikTok is a new social media platform, which is huge. For those of our listeners and viewers that don't know, it's kind of like Vine used to be. Short little videos. TikTok is more like dance oriented. It's a very young generation using it. So songs that hit on there, super popular. And that's one of them that, last week was trending on there. Next week, this week, it might not be. So it's quick. You gotta grab them when you can.
All right, Kyle, would you rather be able to speak every language in the world or be able to talk to animals?
Probably speak every language. It would be really cool to be able to talk to animals, but it would really be really awesome if no matter where you went, you knew exactly what they were saying about you. So
It's true. Joe, your favorite
That's true.
holiday?
Christmas. Oh, take that back. My birthday. But that sounds really self-centered. So I'll go with
birthday.
I didn't
Christmas.
know that your birthday was a holiday.
Yeah, Joey Day, January 8th.
Okay.
Kyle, how long does it take you to get ready?
4?
Minutes?
No. Like, am I getting ready to go out and DJ? Am I getting ready to go to my regular
For
work?
life.
Just like you and
Just
the wife are
overall?
going to dinner.
Okay. Just quick overall, be like 30 minutes.
Okay. So
As you can see, I don't have a lot of prep work.
Do you have to brush your hair?
I don't have a lot
okay.
of prep work.
Okay.
okay.
We should have been the 3 bald guys is what we should have done. I could have shaved my head.
There's a lot of logos that could have come out of this.
Yes.
Joe, scale 1 to 10, how good of a driver are you?
At least a 9.
I call BS. I've been
Yeah,
in a
I'm
car with
gonna-
you so many times.
Okay.
I'm gonna-
Okay. So here's the problem. What do you consider? My question for you, Jesse. What do you consider a good driver? Go.
Somebody who's not going to kill me.
But did you die?
Almost.
True.
Okay, Kyle,
Yep.
fill in the blank. Actually, this has to be a Joe question. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Joe, fill in the blank. Taylor Swift is.
Taylor
clean.
Swift is hot.
Keep it clean.
Hot. Yeah. No, I went back. Hot. For real quick, when I was in college, I worked security for an event center near my college, and Taylor Swift was one of the acts that I got to do security guard, bodyguard for with her people. And, backstage, front stage, whatever, got to give her a hug, got to give her mom a hug. It's a highlight
So
of my
you-
life.
So
I'll go ahead and
Taylor
tell, I'll go
Swift's
ahead and tell your
mom.
wife that, then.
Yeah, no, she knows.
All
She
right.
understands.
Interesting. All right, last one here. Kyle,
Mhm.
what age do you want to retire?
55 would be nice. I don't think that's
Yeah,
really feasible, but 55 would be nice. You got a lot of saving to do to be able to do that, but
This is true.
yeah,
I
55
think
would
we
be
all
great,
want to
but-
retire young, but one of the things about doing something you love is I don't think you have to retire, because this is what I would do.
It never seems like
if
work.
I did retire, I'd do what I do.
Right.
All right, so just to dive back into social media a little bit.
Wait, can we get a round of applause for that game? Okay, sorry. I had to do it. I've been dying to use those buttons
It was
on that
even
thing.
tie. Both of you are winners in my book.
Well, let's put a pin in that.
I still won. I still
Okay,
won.
Joe won because he hugged Taylor Swift's mom.
Boom.
Fair.
So we already talked about scheduling posts. That's a feature that I use constantly because life happens. When it comes to social media and you're making posts, you want them to be valuable. So if you're just on the fly and you're like, oh my gosh, I need to post about this, and you throw something together, that's not going to be a valuable post. So taking the time, setting a couple hours out of your week to schedule some valuable posts, I found really helps my social media. Also, to make those posts valuable, there's a lot of things you can do. It's called metadata. So you can tag the location that you're at or that you're going to be. You can add an emotion. You can tag people that are associated with that post. In our examples, it can be a venue, it can be a photographer, it can be a bride and groom. But all that is called metadata, and you want to get all that in your post because then Facebook's algorithms, they're going to show a lot more people.
Right. That's something that I try to do. You talked about the venues and stuff, but I try to make sure it's part of the information packet that goes out with my brides. I want to know who's your photographer, who's your caterer, the venue, obviously, stuff like that, because then I can start creating those relationships beforehand if I don't have them already. And then that way, when I get to that, then I can put all those things in my posts and tag them and make sure, because, it helps you, but it helps them too. Because it's getting their name out there more, people that are, friends of my Facebook page and my company page, they might not know who, catering company B is. But
Right.
if I tag them, then
they're
seeing my post as well as my friends are seeing their post too. So I think it's...
Well, and venues love it too because whether I have, even if I have, say, 20 people or, I have 2,000 people, all of my people are seeing that place does weddings and they're seeing where my pictures from that wedding were taken. So, a lot of the venues really, I've gotten a lot of feedback on that, how much they appreciate it, that I'm checking in there, that, I'm posting about their venue, that, all my photos are tagged there, that because that metadata, it's, it's huge.
But the other part with that, though, is it's also really helpful to you if you do that, because if you have a couple a lot of them pick out their venue because it's going to be close to where they live or things like that. That's one of the first things they pick out. If they go to their Facebook page and they start looking through and they get down and they see your stuff and they're like, oh, that's what I want it to look like. That's what I'm looking for.
Right.
Oh, okay, and I'm going to go find this person. It's just another way to get yourself out there and make sure that people know what you're doing.
Well, or you can always say like, yeah, here's a wedding I did, and you can, you can send them the link to, Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or wherever you posted that at, and you send them that way too. I've had a couple people say, hey, do you have recommendations for venues? And it's easy to go back and say, I DJ'd here, I DJ'd there. This is where I've been, this is where I haven't been.
Sure.
I think it makes it easier to do that kind of stuff.
Right. Last thing I want to talk about before we get out of here, guys. One of the things that I'm super adamant about when it comes to social media and business owners, and this is my personal opinion, not everybody has to agree, but knowing that your personal page is not personal, I think is really important. We've touched on it a little bit here, but just because you say, I've got a business page, I can say whatever I want, I can do whatever I want on my personal page. Think about if you're going to hire somebody, if somebody's going to hire you, they're going to look at your personal page. They want to know your character. Right. They want to know who you are and what you're about. They're not just hiring a business, they're hiring a person.
Yep.
Well, and I think with everything right now, with it being an election year, whether you're, Republican or Democrat or, Green Party, or you don't believe in government, or, whatever it is, I think, that's something that can ruin it. Whether you're looking for a job, whether you're, you're looking for a vendor, you're trying to be a vendor. I think anything like political or religious or, with a lot of, racial stuff going on in our country there, that you got to be careful what you post, because any of that can, set off. I feel like there's a time for your beliefs and there's a place for your beliefs, but I don't know. I don't think social media is one of those places.
Yeah, I've stopped really posting too much stuff to my personal page unless it's, just kind of family related stuff or, little things like that, just because I don't want somebody to take it the wrong way either way. Like, I have a set of beliefs, you have a set of beliefs, and we're both entitled to whatever we want to believe in. Mm-hmm. But, just because, let's say that I share a political piece of information, doesn't matter which way it leans. If you lean the other way, you may think that automatically means that, well, this is my belief, so this is my belief, so this is, well, maybe I thought it was interesting, so I forwarded it or posted it on my page. But
well, and you never know who's
right,
looking.
and that's what I mean. I don't want something just because I put something out there. Maybe I just put it out there because I think it's interesting. Somebody takes it the other way, or whatever. Right. So I just don't rather want to put myself in that position because, I am a person who is very live and let live. Whatever you want to do, as long as it doesn't hurt me, I don't care. So, and I just think it's easier for me to just not post anything too much to my personal and just really focus on my business stuff for me personally.
Yeah, I'm the same way. We talk about political, religious, racial. There's a lot of things that divide people. This is generation of division. Unfortunately, it's a disgusting thing. But something as simple as Democrat or Republican, does that make me a good or a bad DJ? Does that mean your wedding is going to be affected whatsoever, that we don't see eye to eye on a political spectrum? Not at all. So, yeah, you can share all the posts you want against Trump, for Trump, whatever you want, but it's not going to change. Get out and vote if that's what you want to do, but social media, all it's going to do is create division and create, divide relationships. Social media should be there.
It just creates drama, and there's enough other people creating drama on there. And realistically, a lot of people are just doing it to do it. But if we do it, that's our livelihood. That's our business that could be affected one way or another.
And I think it goes for just any small business owner. It's your business. You run it however you want to. It's just really be mindful of what you're putting out there, and if maybe you're seeing an increase in popularity, maybe that's a really good thing and you're doing something right that I'm not doing. But maybe if you're seeing a downtick, maybe it is something that you're doing on the personal page that people are seeing, or even if you don't have a business page, if you're showing something on your Facebook page and you own a small business, unfortunately everybody sees it. So
well, speaking of an uptick, one huge uptick that I had was, we're talking about content creation, was when I posted about our new Cold Spark fountains that, all of us are offering. I had a huge uptick there. And, that's one of our add-ons. That's actually what we're talking about next episode, as our featured add-on is, Cold Spark machines. I think the uptick, whether it's uptick or downtick, you definitely want more of the up than the down. On social media, whether you're us or whether you're, you own a hair salon, it doesn't really matter. We don't visit a hair salon, but, some people do. But so you definitely want to direct people to your page, however that is, whether it's with our Cold Spark videos or, you're mowing somebody's lawn blindfolded, whatever you want to do, it doesn't matter.
That hair comment was hurtful, but accurate.
That's okay.
But then, kind of with those things you're talking about with the Cold Spark fountains and things like that, we kind of touched on them a little bit, but the three of us got together a few weeks ago and actually went to make some videos to post to our social media and our web pages and stuff like that. So that's something that'd be a really good thing to think about, is shooting videos of what you offer and getting up there. So again, millennials, they want to see something. So being able to do that. But
yep. So next episode, that's what we're going to hit on. So please like and subscribe, guys. We're going to talk about these amazing Cold Spark fountains next week. Tune in, share the video, spread the word.
It's going to be sweet. See you next week, guys.